All right, GolfCast Nation, this is Brian Bailey here again. Today, we are going to do another scorecard. I did post last week's, and I had actually a couple, last time I looked, between where it sat, a couple thousand people looked at it. So, idiots. Why are you
Wow.
listening to us?
Drop another glass, Brian. It seems to be the key.
You big dumb dummies. What are you doing?
Drop and break another Glencairn. That'll draw them in again.
That was funny. That video in itself got a couple thousand people laughing at me. The things I do.
The things I do for clicks, right?
So today's episode again, we're gonna go High West. We talked about this last week. We're gonna go Cask Strength series, and this is the one that is actually in the Petite Sirah barrel for about 7 months. And then there's tons of other cask strengths in the series. I know Eddie has quite a few of them.
but they're all different. Let's see here. You have Barrel Select.
Nice.
So you have
their whiskey.
Yeah, you have Cask Collection, which is the rum one. And then here you have Cask Strength. So nice. It's all over the place.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a fourth on our call today. He's actually, I think, physically in Utah right now. Was eating lunch 2 days ago at High West.
Wow.
Sent me a text, was bragging all about it. Decided not to show.
Oh.
No,
something about a
family stuff going
event or something. I mean, what in the world?
I don't know. Watching kids run around in circles, I think, is what he's doing today. I don't know.
Should be plenty of time to pull away with a bottle on the side of the track somewhere. I mean, for goodness sake.
Yeah, God knows. I imagine the Mormons have really, really good internet.
Wow. You might have lost a subscriber now.
I don't think there will be too many Mormons jumping on this.
Don't call out the Mormons who are watching GolfCast. Don't call them out.
Yeah, I've actually gone through and I have yet to see a Mormon vote. So I think we're okay.
Okay.
Not that I have anything against Mormons, but hey, alcohol and Mormons tend to, they're just can't even do caffeine. It's tough.
It's like tough water and oil, huh?
I know. It's tough to be a Mormon. But so today we're going to talk about High West. The one that I shared a sample with Eddie and Bo, which is local neighborhood ABC store, and picked it up. This is about 120 proof, so 60% ABV. So this is going to be a little hotter than we had earlier in the week. I believe the double rye was the 90s, so this one's going to be a little hotter. And I'm a big fan of a whiskey that punches a little bit. So I have to say I'm quite looking forward to this one.
You cheated. You already know.
Do what?
I say you already know. You cheated. Don't lie to the crowd. Don't lie to the crowd, man.
Well, I brought a sample over to Eddie a few days ago, and I had to try it just to make sure that the whiskey wasn't bad.
Yeah. Quality control.
Yeah, no, I'd feel awful if I gave Eddie something that was just not understanding.
Brian, I'm trying to decide if mine says 50% or mine says 60%. Are you sure it's 60%?
Dude, yes.
He drinks like a 60%.
I know. Does it? Okay. I can't read my alcohol volume. It's kind of faded out, but I can't. So that's my old.
You want to borrow my glasses?
Exactly. It wouldn't help. I still wouldn't be able to see it. Age.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into a higher proof, and anytime on a whiskey bottle you see cask strength, cask just tells you that it's coming probably straight from the barrel. Hopefully, it hasn't been watered down. What was in the barrel is what you get. So it tends to be a little higher proof. You tend to get a maybe more complexity, but you will get variability, right? So these are coming straight out of barrels, so not every barrel will taste exactly the same. So anytime that we do a cask review, just know that if it's not coming out of the exact same bottle, Bo could be completely wrong and be innocent this time.
That's right.
That's right.
Mine may be 50%. If it doesn't taste as hot as you all think it is, I'm going to say I'm right whether I can read it or not.
That's fair. Don't get hung up on the proof, Bo. It's okay.
No. It's all about the taste, baby.
You can drop a couple drops of water in there. You can tone it down. You can make it 80. Go ahead. We'll wait for you. We don't want you to have a manly drink. Heaven forbid that should happen.
I'm back to this bullying thing again. I'm starting to feel. I have a feeling. Damn it! I have a feeling.
You're turning into John.
All right, I'm done now. I'll quit. You're right. I can't take that anymore. That's too far.
All right. So we talked about color. I had my color wheel, but this is kind of cheating, right? Because this has actually been aged for 7 months in a wine barrel. So we're getting a much darker red than you would probably normally get. Hold up, Eddie, hold up your just normal cask strength of the barrel one without the aging. And let's see, I imagine that is, see if there's a little bit of color difference.
No,
It's a
this
little
is pretty
browner.
dark.
Pretty dark too.
Yeah.
So again, the darkness would tell you to be a lot of age, but I'm pretty sure it's just getting that. It's a
Wow.
finished whiskey, so it's
Petite
picking up
Sirah.
whatever.
Petite Sirah.
Yes, and so if you don't know what Bo, do you know what a finished whiskey? You kind of understand what it?
I mean, I think I understand that you just finished it in a cask that had something else in it before
Right.
before this. Yeah.
Right. So no bourbon can be a finished whiskey because it has to be aged in a new charred oak container.
Virgin.
So once it's moved into a secondary container, it's no longer a bourbon by rule.
Hence the blend of straight whiskey finished in Petite
blend of straight whiskey.
Yeah.
So let's go by nose. Eddie's already drinking over there. I love it.
Oh.
What'd you pick up on nose?
Like jam, like dark fruit.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely picking up wine. I'm getting that.
Yeah, I get a berry-ish, maybe a cherry. Bit of acidity, even a little bit, maybe. I don't know. That's tough to get out of the nose, but
yeah. No, this is just jammy and
definitely sweet.
Oh yeah.
I'm not pulling vanilla. I'm getting more of that sweet berry, kind of that wine. I think it's toned down oak wise. I can't even really pull the oak.
I'm not getting any oak at all.
Yeah. So all right. Salud. Cheers.
Salute.
it's got a punch. There's no doubt.
Definitely gives that warm hug. This one
Give you a warm hug, but it doesn't. For me, it doesn't stick around. Like it's the front end heat, not the back end heat. To me, I don't think it sticks around through the finish so much, and I don't think it's harsh at all. I wouldn't call it harsh. I like it.
No, this definitely sticks around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really pick up any heat until the back end.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting it more on the front.
Yeah, interesting. I get sweet. I get that wine, that sweetness, and then all of a sudden this warmth just kind of goes all the way down the esophagus with it.
It lingers.
And it radiates. The heat radiates.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for 120, this would be
I don't
dangerous.
think it's bad.
This is one of those dangerous 120s.
You know what I've decided, guys? Listening to you all, I'm pretty sure now I'm going to turn the tables on you and just call you a bunch of, well, I'll be nice. I'll call you a bunch of wimps. There's just no heat on the back end. It tastes really nice. It has a nice heat at the beginning, hangs out there in the mouth. I don't get it burning on my throat on the way down.
Interesting. Could be different barrels, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, it's definitely got. I mean, there's. You can tell the proof, so I think mine must be a 60 because I definitely tell the proof's in there. But I like the way that it doesn't necessarily burn down the throat for me. But
I do get the cherry, like you were talking about, Bo.
That's the biggest thing I get right out of the gate. I had it both in the nose and the other, and I'm sure the wine. That tends to be the kind of fruit I pick up out of a wine if you end up drinking it anyway. I don't drink a lot of it, but yeah, that's pretty strong for me.
So we're gonna go berry. We're gonna go warmth. Can we come up with one other good adjective for the taste?
Are you guys not getting any spice at all to it? Some in the middle there. I mean, there's something spicy in there. It's not like a hard black peppers type spice to me, but I just get something that's kind of spicy there in it. I don't know what to pick.
No, there's definitely some spice.
I want to say cinnamon.
Yeah, it
I'm
could
getting
be.
some cinnamon spice. But I don't get the vanilla, don't get the oak.
No, get none of that.
I almost get like a dry cinnamon. Yeah.
I do get a bit of dryness from it. I know you were talking about that last time, Brian, whether you had a little bit of that cottony mouth. It's not cotton mouth so much, but I do get a dryness on the finish for me, which I don't mind either.
All right. So definitely finish is long.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. I have the taste for a while. I just don't have the burn for a while. I have the taste for a while.
Dry.
Yeah,
Definitely a little dry mouth.
Yeah, I think it is.
And the funny thing is, the first couple sips, that warmth was there for quite a bit. It has stepped back now that I've had kind of gone back to the well.
It's the refined.
It's still there, though.
It's the refined.
I can't say that it's not there.
You guys haven't even gotten to my level yet. I had this at the beginning.
It kind of reminds me of acid reflux for all those old people out there.
Why you got to be old? I get that now. What are you talking about? I'm gonna go have
because you're old.
You're older than I am, buddy.
Am I?
You
by
are.
like a week, right? And it's something like.
What are you? Well, wait a minute. Where do we?
September 28th.
Yeah, you got me. I'm October 5th.
Yeah, it was like a week.
Yeah.
Well, I'm October 4th.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was 64.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I wasn't going to call him out on that, Brian. I was going to let him just think he was right in the same area.
Eddie forgets his name most of the days. We have to cue him.
I just call my wife Honey. I don't know her name. Just Honey.
Did you notice, Brian? Did you notice today, Eddie, on the well, maybe you weren't on the text we were sending. I asked to change it to 8:30, and he put in he was going to tell Addie, and I had to tell him my daughter's not coming because that's her name. I said, tell Eddie, but don't tell my daughter.
That's right. I told him I wanted the good Hammond.
There are multiple better Hammonds than me. There's no doubt.
There are. And some that are not even part of your family.
That's true, too. I don't pay for them, though.
That's true. Well, maybe.
Yeah, I like this. I'm looking for something else to taste the sweet. I'm trying to figure out the sweetness because I agree there's a sweetness, but I don't think it's just in the. Okay, you're gonna laugh at me if I sit here and pick it. I'm cheating, so I'm looking at the prompts for the taste.
Oh, okay. Now I know why he sounded so.
No. I wasn't doing it the whole time, but I'm searching now because I'm looking for a sweetness. I can't pick the sweetness out, but I like this. I don't know why, but I like the Dr. Pepper resonates with me. Kind of has that kind of multi-flavored because it has the cherry in it too from the cask. It almost has that's kind of a good sweetness, so a soda type sweetness.
Yeah, no, I would give you that. I kind of like that actually.
I couldn't pinpoint it myself. I had to cheat.
Should I say Dr. Pepper or should I be redneck and call it Mr. Pibb?
Mr. Pibb or Dr. Wham. Dr. Wham. Go even more redneck. Right. Dr. Wham.
Dr. Kroger.
Absolutely.
Cool. And then,
I get plum as well.
Yeah, you definitely get the dark fruits.
Yeah, dark fruits. The dried dark fruits definitely. Yep, I agree.
I definitely, to me, it's very wine.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Most of the notes are being pulled up, and I'm a huge wine fan. Like, I can pull apart a wine with the best of them.
I don't know about that.
You're so full.
I don't know.
So full of crap. Yeah. I sat here for a minute. You had me. You had me for a minute. I did not know that.
That's like, no.
It tastes like musky barrel from Chateau Morissette, 1936, I believe.
Mm-hmm. You put your pinky out when you do
that are
it?
more obnoxious than us whiskey drinkers are wine drinkers. They're more pretentious, and they come up with much better words. Much higher educated.
This is the redneck version. This is the Virginia Tech versus UVA. We taste whiskey and try and describe it. They do wine and try and describe it. We eat brats and beer at tailgates. They do tea and cookies. I mean, come on, let's just be honest.
That's fair.
Tea and cookies.
Tea and crumpets.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so let's go off the nose. If we're gonna rank it, boys, what would you give the nose, Eddie?
I would say a 4.
You like that? How
Yeah.
about you,
Oh
Bo?
wow.
Eddie came right out the gate.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that strong. I'll give it a. I actually was gonna. I mean, it's a good nose, but it's not my favorite part of it per se. I'm gonna say like a 2.5, dude.
2.5.
2.5.
All right.
Wow.
I'll go a good 3.5. Just to
Yeah.
just to split the
This one's
gap. I'll
not
go
gonna get.
three and
Listen,
a
I'm gonna
half.
be honest with you up front. I like it. It's good. I don't like it as much as some of the others. I mean, I get the complexity. It's fun to taste it. It's definitely different flavors that are in there. But in terms of just sitting there and drinking it, it's not as much my cup of tea. It's just like the. I mean, there's just other flavors that come out of whiskeys that just don't have the extra the finish to it. That I don't care for it quite as much.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Bo doesn't like the
just
finished
me.
whiskeys,
Didn't
I
say I
guess.
didn't like it. Didn't say I didn't like it. I
So
appreciate
for
it.
future reference, we're doing nothing but finished
No,
whiskeys.
it's okay.
Nothing but.
I appreciate the whiskey. I just don't necessarily love it. It's not the
That's
thing I'm going
fair.
to pour every day. So
All right, Bo. Then let's lead us off with taste. What would you rate this taste?
I'm going to give the taste a 3 because I do like the complexity that's in it. So I think the taste for me was better than the nose, and it was fun to pick out some different flavors, and I like the dryness and stuff on it. So I enjoyed that a little better, but still not something I'd rank above a 3.
Gotcha. How about you, Eddie?
Let me go back.
You know, by the nose now,
Mm.
sweetness, I'm actually starting to pull like a little maple syrup. So it's a little more like that.
Mm.
Much sweeter than your caramel or your toffee.
I would say 3.5.
3.5.
I like this. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
likes this one. You guys like
I
this
do
one.
like
That's
it.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
I'll give it 3.5 as well. I think it's
Mm.
there's enough complexity that I'm getting berries and fruit into a little bit of
There's complexity.
middle spice, but again, I love that warmth as it just kind of. That's just I like a good whiskey that does that. So we'll go 3.5. So Bo's been wrong again, but that's okay.
Somebody's got to be the contrarian. We can't all do this like we scripted it or some crap, like we're getting paid by High West. Somebody's got to stand alone. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. No, our High West representative didn't show up tonight, so all right. So finish wise, let me reset. I got to retry this.
This is yours. You got to call it first.
I don't get a ton of flavor. It's warm, hangs out. This is tough.
See? Uh-huh.
I like the nose. I like the taste. I think the finish is less. I'm gonna go finish. Since I've run 3.5 across the board, I'll go 3. It's not bad. It's just not a ton to it. It's not like it gets into like a weird area where I'm like, oh, whoa. So I'll go 3. What do you think, Eddie?
I'm going to go 3.5 because it lingers so long that it's almost like I'm still chewing it. It's still, and it's a warm hug. It's pleasant. It's soothing. Yeah. So it stays with you.
It does.
You
There's
know,
no
it
doubt about
does.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasant kind of aftertaste. It just So 3.5.
All right, contrarian.
I'm going to go 3 with that. I like the taste and the finish better than I like the nose. I get the complexity and the flavor when I drink it, and I do agree it stays with you. It's got a nice warmth to it. So it's better to me than the nose, but it's just an average one for me.
So 3?
3. Yeah, 3.
All right. So kind of consensus would be on the nose, we're going to go 3.5 to Birdie-Par.
Okay.
And we came up with jam, berries, and a sweetness. And I would even go maple syrup.
Mm. And I would say I would put dark berries.
Dark berries?
Yeah.
All right.
Dr. Wham. Dr. Wham.
All right. So taste would be 3.5, 3. So we'll call it a 3.5 since there was 2 of those. So again, we're at birdie par.
That's a 3.25, actually. Thank you very much.
And we have berry, Dr. Pepper,
Dr. Pepper.
or Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb, Dr. Wham.
And a little bit of spice and warmth.
Yep.
Another birdie par. And then we got par for the finish. So we got 3, 3, 3.5. And we came up with dry, long, and what's a good flavor you're pulling out of the finish there, Eddie?
Mm.
I'm really having trouble on the finish pulling out.
Yeah, I don't give my.
That's a tough one.
I just get the ethanol just kind of.
I just
get
get
all
dry, man. I just get the dry and the strength coming out of it. That's all I get out of the finish. I don't get a lot of flavor from it. Finish that thing again, baby. Give it to us. Give it to us, Jedi. Obi-Wan. Obi-Whiskey.
I hate to say it. There's some sweetness hanging around, but it's hard to pull a note considering.
I agree.
Yeah, it's kind of the disappointing part, I think, is the finish. So scored a par overall. We're going to call this 2 3.5s, 3. We'll be nice. We'll round up because I'm an optimist. Birdie par. So we came up with a 3.5 overall for High West Petite. I think it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
To me, it's
warm. I would buy the bottle.
I would too.
I have already.
I think you have.
Qualifier. Yeah. That's not a qualifier. You make us buy the bottles to participate. I bought the bottle.
Well, I would buy it again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'll have
this. So if you think of, kind of the way to think of the rating system as well, 5 would be anytime I saw this bottle anywhere on the earth, if I saw this bottle on the shelf, I'd buy it.
Yep.
No matter, even if I had 30 of them at the house, I'd grab a new one.
Yep.
A 4 means like a birdie. I really like birdies. Birdies are great. If I saw on the shelf, I'd really contemplate, well, do I need it? I don't have to have it, but I would probably pull it. A par it's just a good whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's good.
Yeah. Have somebody else buy it for you.
Yeah, have someone buy it for you.
Or get
if my bottle at home is gone, I might replace it, but I'm in no rush.
Yeah.
But I would replace it.
That's a perfect.
2 is kind of like, not very good. Not going to purchase it again. But, some people love it. Hey, hats off. And then a 1 is I wouldn't drink it with your mouth. Yeah. I mean, it's just bad.
What we do with the what did we do for the double rye? What was our score on the double rye?
The double rye was overall a 3.5 as well.
It came in 3.5. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll ask the two of you if you can remember back, and I actually have poured it because it's the only other High West I had, and Eddie shamed me because he had 4 bottles sitting out there. What do you think between the two? Do you remember enough? Which one did you like better?
Well, that's hard because this is 120 proof, whereas their double rye was what 90.
90.
Yeah.
92.
Yeah. So to me, this is more complex. There's more warmth. It's hugging you at the end. It's lingering. I didn't get that as much with the double rye.
So to me, I don't disagree. This had much more complexity, and there was much more to it to talk about. But I enjoyed the double rye better. For me, I just enjoyed the double rye better.
Okay.
I think there might be some more notes in the double rye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to pull the notes out of the double rye. I think they just kind of stand there on their own, and you're like, it's really easy to say it's this and this. I'm really pulling this one again. To me, I'm gonna have to drink this a couple nights and really just kind of sit on it for a little bit because there has to be something that I'm missing on the finish.
It's frustrating you not to have a profile on the back end, isn't it? You're like, I have to be able to find something in there.
Yeah, it's unique.
Tell. Yeah.
Did we look online? What does High West say? Bo, did you cheat?
I did not cheat. I did not do that this time. No, I did not.
All right, just seeing.
I tried.
Now, if it comes back and says Dr. Pepper, if it comes back and says berries, you're out.
If it comes back, you'll know just how advanced I am.
That's right. How well I can read.
I'm ahead of my time.
All right, let's see what it says
Ahead
here.
of somebody's time. I'm ahead of the time.
Let's see here. High West Petite finish.
Hold it a little further away. It looks bigger. I see you. I appreciate the wave.
What are you talking about?
Might have to cut that too.
Bo, are you number one?
I am.
He is.
He
In everybody's
thinks I'm
heart.
number one. He thinks I'm number one.
In everybody's heart. All right, let's see here. What did they come up with? Let's see. On the nose, they went green apple.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
They said caramel. I went sweeter than that, but okay. A little bit of floral.
Wow.
A slight citrus, but very light.
Hmm.
I got a little acidic in
creme
there.
brulee.
Good Lord.
And their bottom must have been a lot better than ours. All right, palate is a mixture of caramel and vanilla. I do not.
No.
I did not get that at all.
Combined with baking spices
Okay.
and a straightforward and familiar array of flavors. Finish, writing out the flavors of the palate is baking spice.
I mean,
cinnamon.
Yeah.
More. Most prominent up front of the finish, it recedes. And again, they are telling me that I should be getting caramel and vanilla. And they do say cherry.
Okay.
And some dark fruit notes on the finish.
And I did not get the caramel vanilla at all from this one.
Yeah, these guys are wrong. No. That wasn't High West. Those were just some other.
They have somebody else writing it. One person does it and tastes it. The other person writes it. They got them confused.
I'm going to go to actually High West and see what they say. See what their tasting notes was. That was just another group. 1. I hate this law that we have to put your age in. All right, let's see here.
You got to enter it now instead of just clicking yes, you're over.
Yeah, some of them actually make you put the dates. Here we go. Our products. Shop now. Barrel finish. No, that's cocktails. Barrel core whiskeys. No. They don't ever make anything easy. Must be under limited releases. Here we go. No. That's just the cask strength. All products, maybe?
Why don't you just pretend you're reading it and put in there dark cherry, spice, Dr. Pepper.
All right, here we go. There's they have a cask strength rye. I didn't know that. I don't see this. I don't see this on their website.
Are we sure we're drinking the right thing?
That's right. So High West was so unimpressed with their whiskey, they just stopped.
They're unimpressed with their own. They're just like, take it.
They're right. They're like, that's cocktails, bundles, core whiskeys. Okay.
God, well, you have to do everything around here.
Yeah, I'm out. So High West, this is actually not a High West. I look now, it must be a Chinese knockoff. I noticed the West is misspelled. High with a H-I-S-T, High West. Yeah. It's very lovely. It's an Indian knockoff. Tariff wars and all.
All right, here, listen. Here's. I don't know who this is. Some store. They pick sensory notes: nose, spiced blackberry jam, graham cracker and bay leaf, palate-rich plum, Concord grape and cinnamon, finish dried cherry and tobacco. So they're much more in line. And that's a heck of a lot closer to what we were all tasting out of there than.
You're talking about the dryness at the finished. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I think the other guys just said it's like a bourbon, so we'll just put all our bourbon.
It's a whiskey. Oh, it's got vanilla and caramel.
It's American whiskey, so therefore it must have. But more times than 9 out of 10 times, you are correct.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
You are correct. So, no, anything exciting going on in y'all's world?
Not for me, but I get Friday off.
Friday off, nice.
Rock and roll.
What are you doing?
Oh, we're not going anywhere. I'm not doing a darn thing, to be honest. That's the best kind. I just don't have.
I'm just off.
I just don't have to work. That's right. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Eddie? Anything exciting?
I'm taking Friday off.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's good to be the king and own the own company.
That's right. Yes. No, I have so much to do in the garden, so I'm out there planting and weeding and
Yeah.
So it's going to be a beautiful day. So
That's why I believe in free range gardening.
Yeah.
Whatever grows,
You just
grows.
let it run wild.
If it looks like you're
There's
gonna
a
eat it,
lot
go
of that
grab it and
in
put
your
it inside
garden.
and see what happens.
At the end of the year, you just get some Roundup,
Yeah.
chainsaw, start all over again next year.
There you
Real,
go.
it's very Darwinism. See what survives. See what can come back.
There you go.
Next year, you give it a tip of the cap and just say, "Hey,
Yep.
I'm coming back. I'll
That's
see you
it.
in September."
That's it. What's
So,
next for us on this? Who's the next? What's the? Don't you have some? You got another distiller coming in here in May?
yeah, May 7th, we have Lost.
Nice.
So the owner of Lost is going to come in, and we're going to do, I think, one of the cask strengths. I
Okay.
think the cask rye, maybe, or I think I have both. Maybe we'll just do both casks. What the hell? I got to figure that out. I got to talk to Mark and see what he wants to do. But we're going to go ahead and do Lost, which is probably my favorite bourbon in Virginia.
Nice.
I think a lot of people like Bowman's and a couple other companies, but I would say Lost is probably my favorite of the actual bourbons in the state of Virginia. So we have him May 7th. Next week, we have Mike Grevlos is jumping on again, and we're going to talk golf and psychology golf. So we're going to talk about warm-up, how unimportant warm-up is before you're around. People put way too much emphasis on
waste.
If I hit
Every
it
one
from
of my
range, I'm going to
strokes
hit it good today. No, not
waste
true.
every stroke. Yep.
So the key to warm-up is it is what it is. It's a warm-up. It is get my body moving so I can go out and play the game. So I'm going to be on with Mike. A couple coaches might jump on there. Then I think we might have a goofy. I think this is one of the goofy.
We have the 20. Aren't we doing something the 25th? We're doing
25th, we're doing the golf out at Birdwood, and we're doing a tasting, or we're actually going to do a full pour of Maker's Mark Private Barrel. So the mill room, which is connected to the Birdwood at Boar's Head here in Charlottesville, actually has their own private barrel. So we're going to have that and some food and play their par 3 golf course. I think we have an off Wednesday. I think because basically I run everything 4 weeks. So this is one of those off. So I don't know what I'm going to do then. We'll figure something out. Maybe answer questions. GolfCask wise, videos. I've now been able to import most of my YouTube videos inside the website. So pretty much all the YouTube videos that are being pulled over will be free. So if you join On the House, which is our free version of GolfCask, you'll be able to go through the video collection and all that's there because it's in YouTube. It's free there. It's free in the site. And then we'll have member channels that you can only get to if you're a paying member here starting next month. I did go to Cashel.
Yeah, you said that. That's right.
Yeah, so I went down there last Friday. Took my son down to Virginia Wesleyan to go look at the campus for golf and college. And on the way back, I met my daughter in Hampton, Virginia, and we did a tour. And that building is freaking awesome.
It's an old
armory.
That's the old National Guard. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, the building is huge. So they have an L-shaped bar that is like the size of the length of my house. It's that long. Wow. So, and of course, they're a brewery as well. So they have a ton of their own beers, all on draft. They have their whiskeys and a couple others. So they have an L-shaped bar, and they have a mezzanine section over the top of it. So there's an entire second floor, but it's a mezzanine. So you look down on the stage. So there's literally a massive stage. This building it's large. So there's a stage, there's high tops, tables, bar, mezzanine section that looks over. You can rent the mezzanine section out, and they do a lot of parties and things. And then
so are they self-contained then with the size of the building? They have like all their storage and their distilling and their brewing on the back.
We walked. They gave us a quick tour. We saw Todd that was on our call the other day. He was making beer. Literally, he was pouring foam out of one of the cookers. So he's in there making beer. So they took us through the beer section, the grain section. Awesome. And then by law, the spirit section was behind a different wall, was kind of separated. And then that's where their hybrid still was. And then they have their rye sitting back. You can see some of their barrels being stored. They're actually ryes were sitting there. It's their first run on rye coming up. So
Was that the new? You said he said there was some new stuff he wants to come back
yeah,
on.
that's going to be their rye.
Nice.
JH Bards, who's friends with us as well. I'm actually wearing their hat today. They actually are coming out with a new toasted rye.
Nice.
And he said that they're printing labels, so that should be out fairly. And I think next weekend I'll actually be in Blacksburg. My son has a golf tournament on Saturday, so I think I'm going to go up there with him, so he doesn't have to drive the whole thing. And then
Wait a
told
minute.
him I might swing by.
Oh, next weekend's the
25th, I think.
That's the one we're doing the golf outing on.
It's the Saturday after that.
No, gotcha.
The day after. 26th, I guess.
We should go down and we should do the Roanoke Blacksburg thing at some point. We should definitely hit that. That'd be a fun overnight.
Yeah.
We got golf down there. We got a couple distilleries we could hit.
Yeah, there's a new one. John said they opened up in Radford.
I heard him say that. Yeah.
So, but definitely something to look at. So busy there, and
good.
We added to the map inside of GolfCask now. So if you go under the certifieds and they populate, if you click on the actual thumbnail of it'll put you to links to write-ups to their website, to how to contact them, to any videos or anything we've created on that. So the cool thing is over time, as we create more and more and go more and more trips, that board will just get thicker and thicker on stuff.
Yeah.
So again, if I'm going to Hampton, if I'm going to Tidewater, where do I go? Where's a good whiskey place? Like, you should be able to go right to the website, click on buttons, and it should give you descriptions, ideas of what's going on, and just try to make your life a little easier as a
nice.
whiskey golf fan.
There you go.
Hopefully. At least that's where my money's going. But other than that, pretty standard right now. Pretty quiet. Did you guys watch the Masters?
It did. I was glad to see Roy in it. I was tickled for him. I really was. It was a good back and forth early on in that last round. It ended up being good in the end too. But man, the front part of that battle between him and Bryson was just intense.
Yeah, it was like a slow moving car wreck. It's like you just couldn't look away.
It was funny. You're right, because you'd have it. The only reason it was close and back and forth was because somebody kept screwing it up. One would do well, and they would let it go, then he'd give it back, then they'd take it back, then they'd give it back. And it's like, oh my god.
Like I'm going, all right, this thing's over. Going into 13, I'm like, he's up like 3 or 4. This is over. My son goes, Rory just hit a wedge in the creek. I was like, came back, sat and watched some more.
Yeah. How about poor Justin Rose?
Rose right? Justin Rose goes like birdie, 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 and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, but you gotta hate being in the lead after the second round of that friggin' tournament, because you just know it's just too much. It's got to be too much pressure.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
I can't imagine having the lead after any.
You talk about. I'm sure your golf coach has talked about it, but you talk about getting out of your own head. How the hell do you get out of your head if you got the lead in the second round of the Masters and you know you got 2 more to go? How do you calm yourself enough to go just swing like you know how to swing instead of overthinking it? I mean, you just got to be overthinking every hole.
Green jacket and like $7 million.
Yeah, exactly.
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure. That's none. Right. I thought it was really interesting when I was talking with Dr. Mike last week, and he said something that was really profound that I never really thought of. He talked about confidence, how important confidence. People believe confidence is in golf, and he goes, confidence doesn't mean jack.
Ooh.
He's like, there is a C word that's much more important than confidence. He said it's concentration. He goes, if you're able to concentrate and focus on what you're trying to do and just be focused on that, that is disproportionately more important than having confidence. He goes, confidence ebbs and flows, comes and goes. And he goes, how many great rounds have you played where you hit it like crap on the range? And how many terrible rounds did you play and you hit it great on the range? So he's like, so he was really funny. He's like, and you know, I know Eddie's not a big golfer, but there's a guy named Victor Hovland that literally was shooting in the 80s on the tour, which is awful. Mm-hmm. And he won an event like 3 weeks ago. And, you know, and Dr. Mike was like, do you think he was confident?
No way he could be, yeah.
No,
he was just able to concentrate on every hole, no matter where his ball ended up. He was able to concentrate and do fundamentals. Yeah, all back in line.
Which I thought, great point. Which I thought, you know, so you know, even if you take that into the business world or whatever, like, you know, my confidence is down. Screw confidence, man.
Concentrate.
Focus. What are you focused on? Where are you putting your energy? Yeah. Let's go kind of burrow in there and let's not worry so much about, what the last sale made me feel, or, oh my God, I can't believe there's a house that I can't sell that's right around the corner.
That's a great point.
Thanks.
Stuff like that.
That.
Like that, but I thought it was, like I said, to me, I was like, man, that would get a lot of people in the golf world arguing.
Yeah, I like that though. I hadn't thought about that. It's really, that's
Yeah, no. So that, I think it kind of answers your question. How do you get out of your own way?
There you go.
What can you do? Worry about the next shot. That's all I got. That's all I can control from that point forward. Last one's done. The next one is here. The one after that, I have no idea where I'm hitting from.
100%. That's me.
Yeah, that's me. Well, that's every shot.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They don't make ranges large enough for you, Bo, to build confidence.
It's funny you say that. I sit there, and now that they have the drones, and they can, and they always have been able to pull away with the up shots, but the way they can drone away from the guy right in the middle of this crowd that's all around him, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be dead people all over the place after I got up there.
Yeah,
no. You got people standing 50 feet away from you, closing in on the window you're supposed to hit. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm just going to yell 4 before I even get up here. I'm going to kill you. I know I'm going
to 7 of you just lay down."
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. And I'm not sure which direction, so you better just do it everywhere.
And if you want to feel the safest, stand directly in front of me where I'm aiming. You're about as safe.
That's exactly right. Absolutely. Yep.
But no, I would say the Masters and the U.S. Open are probably the 2 tournaments that I'll literally sit down and watch multiple days, but definitely watch Sunday. Most golf tournaments, I just don't care enough. But the Masters, like, it's just so pristine. I mean, it's just on television. It's
beautiful.
It almost looks fake. It's so pretty. It just almost looks like it's, maybe that'd be a conspiracy theory. We've never been on the moon. I don't think the Masters is real.
You've been there, right? Have you gone?
I think it's all CGI'd. I think it's been CGI'd for decades.
Yeah. Have you gone to the course? You've been to the course, right?
I've been to the course, but I've never watched Augusta or Masters.
I saw a practice round. I got to see a practice round on a Tuesday. That was a lot of fun. That was actually a lot of fun.
People cannot appreciate how hilly that golf course is.
It is. It is very rolly. Yeah. Absolutely.
When you watch it on TV, it looks relatively flat, but it's a lot of up and down.
Yeah.
Definitely. And again, that just makes hitting golf balls a little more challenging.
Yes, indeed.
Not for those dudes, but for us, definitely.
Now I worked on them a little bit too.
Yeah.
There were some not bow type mistakes, but there were some definite. You could tell that they had some challenges. So.
No, I agree. I think Bryson kind of pressed there in the middle, and it ended up kind of shooting him in the foot.
I think he did. Yeah.
I think he fell a couple behind and tried to make it up, where all he had to do was just like.
Too hard. Concentrate on what you're trying to do right now. This shot.
Don't worry about
the next one. Yeah.
I can't play defense. That's right. What I used to tell the team all the time. You can't play defense.
Yeah.
You cannot control what the other person next to you is shooting. It's just what it is. I mean, I'll never forget we were in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the NCAA Women's Championship. And the wind picked up that afternoon. We actually got delayed for wind because the wind started blowing like 50, 60 miles an hour, which was
wow.
But one of our girls was playing with another girl, and she holed out two holes in a row from the fairway.
Oh,
she went eagle on her.
Oh.
And our girl wanted to fight her. And I looked at her. I'm like, I love the competitive attitude of like, I hate you for this. But I'm like, come on. Like, you can't control what she does. Like, that is as fluky can be. But, I mean, literally, she's like, I just want to punch her in the face. I'm like, I don't think we should.
That's natural. That's a natural reaction, though. That would be my reaction, too. I'm going to kick your ass.
No, I felt the same thing watching. I'm like, I can't believe she did that twice.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're all competing for a national championship here. Like, that's just not fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but it was very funny.
Yeah.
It was a lot of funny stories like that. A lot of chicanery on the golf course. All right, boys. So let's wrap it up. Eddie, you got any houses to sell or anything you want to push out there for people?
Yeah, I have a new house coming on the market tomorrow in Charlottesville.
All right.
It's affordable at 390. 3 bedrooms, 1
This is
bath. So one level, cute as it can be, hardwood floors. Yeah, it's open layout. So
Nice.
yeah, and then
I
I
love
still have
I
2
love
other
the fact that
houses.
it's
That's
like $400,000 house is affordable.
Actually,
yeah,
the funnier part of that is all of us went, yeah, that is damn
Yeah.
affordable over in
We're like
yeah,
390. That's a pretty good deal.
yeah, yeah.
I keep
Come to Charlottesville.
That's right. I keep getting my
Yeah,
taxes on my house. My house just keeps it more and more expensive every year. And
yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like they're just trying to get tax money out of me or something.
Mhm.
How about you, Bo? Anything exciting other than your day off?
No, yeah, we just got back from California. Went to see the daughter. Her husband got deployed, so it was her birthday weekend. She's all alone now, so we went to see her. Ended up taking a Padres game and spent some time on the West Coast. And she got to experience her first 5.2 magnitude earthquake that happened just
Oh yeah,
I
northeast
know.
of
that's good.
Yes.
just northeast of San Diego. So yeah. So she's a true Californian now. She's gone through one. So.
What was her thoughts?
I asked her the same thing. She said it happened, and then she started getting texts of people that saw things fall. And she said for her, she was out in the garage working out, and she had her garage door open, and she said she heard just loudest bang, like something nailed into her garage door, and it was just everything shaking. She said she didn't really feel the movement. It was just
Yeah.
like a big jolt that hit real hard, and her dog flipped out and all that stuff, But other than that, she said there was not a lot of damage anywhere really because of the magnitude, but she said she felt it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the baby before the big one.
We had just left. It's funny. We had left that morning at 7:00 flight out of San Diego. It was Monday morning, and we left that morning. We were 2 hours in the flight when she was texting us. Of course, Wi-Fi on the plane, right? She's going, "Just had my first earthquake." I'm going, "It's crazy. We just left up there." So it waited long enough to get our plane off the ground, which was good. So
That's right. Now I remember when we had that one in Virginia. Not
yeah,
too long. It was like 4 point something here in Charlotte.
Oh,
So
I remember that.
that was a good one for
That
the
that
East
was.
Coast.
I mean,
Did
God,
you do?
that's over
For the
10
East
years
Coasters,
ago.
we were like, "What the hell is this?"
Did you
Yeah.
guys feel it? Could you tell the movement, or did you
No,
just feel
our
it?
house
Oh.
was shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because at first it was really funny because, like, in that cognitive dissonant kind of way, earthquake in the East Coast is not where you go.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, is the washing machine out of balance? Like that rumbling. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And then like I'm like ticker taping through my head. I'm like, oh shit, earthquake. Like, so kids got up into the archways of the house, and we were just standing there, and the house shook for a good 15, 20 seconds, and then
Wow.
it just stopped. And I remember Macy looked at me and goes, "What was that?" I go, "Well, that was an earthquake." That was an earthquake.
Cheers.
Cool. I'm like, we're in a big old brick house. Not exactly what I want to be in an earthquake. It's not going to sway.
True.
But
yeah.
But no, that was a good one. And like I said, it was very funny because it was outside of normal. Like,
oh yeah,
literally the house is shaking, and you're like, it's like, is it a helicopter flying? Like,
that's what I was going to say.
house?
I would either think a helicopter or a truck going by, real, big farm truck or something rolling by on the field, and you're, what the hell's out there? Yeah,
that was a good one though. And then we had aftershocks for a couple months, man. So you get a little every once in a while. You got a little trimmer in the house, but yeah, no, that for the East Coasters, we were like, and we're like, that's a 4. Like, we're like, whoa.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for attending.
Absolutely.
Thank everybody that's taking their time to watch this. Follow us at golfcast.com. Come hang out with us in April, which is next Friday. God, I can't believe that. I just finished my taxes the other day. God, what a nightmare that is. Thank you, Uncle Sam. I love filling out all that stuff because I'm too cheap to get an accountant. Well, my accountant retired, so TurboTax.
There are other accountants out there.
I've done TurboTax for years.
Yeah, I've been using it now for, what is that?
I don't know. Is
wow.
that mine? I didn't do that. That's
wow. Fireworks.
TurboTax commercial,
that means,
right?
You know what that means? I'm going to get audited. That's what it is. The IRS. I'm auditing you. It's your year.
Donald Trump said, "I know you." That's it.
That's
Get
it.
the redheaded dude.
Yep. Your grant's been pulled. You're screwed. You might end up in El Salvador.
How did you make fireworks?
I didn't do it. I didn't touch anything. I swear to God, I didn't touch anything. I don't know what it was.
That was cool. All right, gentlemen. So you're off next week. Maybe the following week we have that off week. Maybe we'll take a couple questions and bring our favorite pour. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, gentlemen. Yeah. Thank you again. Thanks everyone for listening. GolfCast.com, Four Corners Real Estate here in Charlottesville. If you're looking to move somewhere in the vicinity, it doesn't have to be city proper.
Correct.
Surrounding.
Yes.
And then Bo, he just
I'm just Bo.
Product.
I'm just Bo.
Don't worry about
it. Just Bo.
He's off Friday.
I'm off Friday.
When are we gonna do the
line barrel?
The West Virginia whiskey guys.
Oh, up to you want to go up to the farm and do the one up there? Yeah, we need to do that.
Let's look at some dates for that.
Yeah. Pick them. Right. I'm good. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you.
Cool.
Cheers.
High West, thank you. It's very good. I appreciate it. Much more than voted.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.